Hello students, welcome back to biology class. Last class we studied about asexual reproduction. In that we were covered the topic about budding and fission. So today we are going to proceed with our new topic, that is the fragmentation, spore formation and regeneration. So these also the type of asexual reproduction. Come, let's explore. Fragmentation. So fragmentation, it is a mode of asexual reproduction in which the parent, the parental body breaks down into two or more fragments, and each fragments will be grow into a new individual. Okay, so what is fragmentation? Fragmentation, fragments are nothing but the pieces. So if it is this Spirogyra as a parent, so here there will be the fragmentation process occur. So this fragment will be grow as a new individual. So this process is called fragmentation. So the process in which organisms split to form into many fragments. So the fragmentation is a state or process of breaking down an organisms into small fragments or pieces. In addition, the process of asexual reproduction in Spirogyra is known as fragmentation, where the body of the Spirogyra, when matures, will break into many smaller pieces of fragments due to the strong water current. So these different pieces will later grow into the new individuals. So what is the Spirogyra? So Spirogyra is a green algae. It is a genus which is included as a green algae. They are commonly found in freshwater habitat such as pond, lake, etc. They are commonly known as water silk or pond silk. So here there will be the vegetative reproduction will be taken place in the Spirogyra. So that process is called fragmentation. So later the fragmentation process, the fragmented pieces will be grow identical to the original organisms. So these are about fragmentation. Fragmentation, example we studied about the Spirogyra. So this will be the diagram of Spirogyra. So here you can see this layer, so this layer will be the septum. So actually what happened here, this will be the parent, so this parent undergoes the fragmentation process. So actually here it will be the cut. So this cut end, so this cut end will be differentiated as a fragments. So it cut into the pieces. So now from the parent, so this fragment will be grow as a new individual. So this is all about the fragmentation of Spirogyra. And this will be seen in floral type. So floral is nothing but the plant. So actually this is a green algae. For example, if you take the drumstick branches, so if you keep the drumstick branches into the soil directly, if you take in the cut pieces, the fragment pieces of the drumstick, when you place into the soil, it automatically grows. There the fragmentation process will be taken place. So next we are going to do another one example in fauna. So fauna is nothing but animal, right? Yes. So in fauna we are going to study about the example planaria. So this will be the diagram of planaria. Just see. So this will be the diagram of planaria. So planaria comes under Platyhelminthes. Platy, it refers to flat. Helminthes, it refers to worms. So flat worms, So planaria will be the pure example for flat worms. So planaria shows highly fragmentation process. How? See, so this is a complete parent planaria. So if any cut happens here, see here you can see the head, middle piece and the tail. See, if you were cutting here the head part or the tail part, it has the ability to regrow its part. Not only it's regrow its part. See, if it is the tail part, alone is there. So this tail part have the ability, have the potential to grow into the new individual planaria. For example, if you take this middle piece, only this middle piece is left. Again, it has this, so this fragmentation process, it has ability to grow as a new individual. So this is called fragmentation. So kindly don't confuse with fragmentation and regeneration. So fragmentation is the part where the cut in pieces will be grown complete as one organism. So that is called fragmentation. Okay, but when you talk about the regeneration, regeneration is meant only for regrowing the cut in part. For example, if it is a lizard, okay, to escape from the predator, what happened? The lizard will be left as tail. So the tail part alone is regrowth in the lizard. So that indicates the regeneration. So this shows the fragmentation. Difference between fragmentation and regeneration. So the difference between the fragmentation and regeneration is quite obvious in the respective names, because the fragmentation occurs when an organism literally breaks off from itself. Okay, so that specific broken fragment will be grown as a new individual. Whereas when you study about the regeneration, regeneration is a form of asexual reproduction where the organism which is capable of regrowing only the certain parts of its body. Okay, so here the example will be lizard, starfish, okay, and even the octopus also will be the pure example for regeneration. Regeneration is termed as an asexual mode of reproduction. It is common in unicellular organisms and lower multicellular organisms. So here the fragments, when it is ready to reproduce, and the new organisms are regenerated from the cut in parts. Okay, so now you just see the difference between fragmentation and regeneration. Fragmented results in each fragments growing in an individual organisms, whereas it occurs when an organism only regrow a lost limb or any other body parts. So this point will be in regeneration. For example, it include maybe the loss of limbs or tail of a lizard. Okay, so most lizard can lose the tail and they have them grown back. But if they lost their forelimb or in limb, it will not regrow. Only in lizard, the tail will be shows the regeneration part. Okay, in human being also you can see the regeneration part in nail and hair. So once you cut, it automatically grow. So the regrowing part. Okay, so that it indicates the regeneration. So here, as an end product, as an end result, a new organism are formed. Here, no new organism are formed. Okay, please understand the concept. No new organism are formed. Only the lost part, lost limb or lost tail will be regrow. Okay, so here the example is flatworm and here the example is lizard. So fragmentation is a method of asexual reproduction, whereas an organism reproduced by the process of splitting into the fragment, and each fragment grows in the individual organism. Whereas in regeneration on other hand, it happens when an organism, it regrow only the certain parts. Okay, for example, lost limb or lost tail. So this shows the fragmentation and regeneration. So the points to remember, in most cases, fragmentation happens when an organism wants to reproduce. So after the organism split, a process called true regeneration enables the creation of new individuals. Okay, whereas in regeneration, in other hand, does not mean the creation of new individuals. So there is no formation of new organism. Only technically the regeneration to form asexual reproduction, only the part will be grow. Okay, so this will be the difference between the fragmentation and regeneration. Next type of asexual reproduction, so that is spore formation. So in this spore formation, here we have categorized into three types: zoospore, conidia, gemmules. So first we discuss about zoospore. See here the zoo, the term it indicates animal, okay, fauna. So these are endogenously produced unicellular, naked and motile spore. Okay, motile. So it will be moving from one place to another. So with one or two flagella. So zoospores are produced in a sac-like structure called zoosporangium. I repeat, the zoospores are produced has like a sac-like structure called zoosporangium. So the best example will be Chlamydomonas. So next is about conidia. So this it will be shows asexual reproduction where it indicates the non-motile spore. So it will be sessile. Okay, it will be fixed in a place. So there will be the cut off extremely either singly or in a chain. Okay, so here the example will be penicillium. So from the tip of the special hyphae, so hyphae is nothing but the body. So the special tip of the body parts will be detached. So that is called conidia. So that is known as conidiopore. So next one is about gemmules. Internal asexual reproductive units or buds are called gemmule. So example will be sponges. So these develop within the parental body and are released during germination. So zoospore, conidia, gemmules we will be studying in diagram way through. Students, so this will be the diagrammatical view for zoospore formation as well as the gonidia spore formation. Okay. So here the example for zoospore is Chlamydomonas and here is Penicillium notatum. So first we are going to discuss about this Chlamydomonas. So it shows what? Zoospore formation. The zoospore formation take place during the favorable condition. Now we are just going to discuss about the step. Actually what is happening in the parent cell. So see, this will be the parent cell of the Chlamydomonas. So the protoplast contracts and gets separated from the cell wall. The parent cell loses the flagella. See, if it is the parent, here it possesses the flagella, right? So here this is the parent cell, the flagella is absent. In some other species, in some other cases, the flagella are observed. So the contractile vacuoles and neuromotor apparatus disappear. The protoplasm divides longitudinally by simple mitotic divisions, forming two daughter protoplasts. So from the one mother Chlamydomonas, we are getting two daughter protoplasts. Later, it undergoes a second longitudinal division of protoplasm. It takes place at the right angle to the first. Now, thus making four daughter chloroplasts. In that, sometimes the protoplasm may further divide to form 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64 daughter protoplasts. So the pyrenoid which plays a major role here, because the pyrenoid is one of the thing where it indicates or it will be acting as a catalyst to do the neuromotor apparatus. So the contractile vacuole also develop into the daughter protoplast. So now you can see, so this will be the detached from the mother Chlamydomonas. This will be the new formation of zoospore. So this will be the new individual of Chlamydomonas, that is the daughter cells. So this daughter cells develop a cell wall, flagella and transform into zoospores. Okay, so these are about Chlamydomonas zoospore. So here you can see the Penicillium notatum. So here it shows the gonidiophore formation. So here this will be the parent cell where you can see the gonidia. So this gonidia will be detached and form a new organism. So that's all about zoospores. Okay, so moreover, the zoospores are liberated from the parent cell where it forms a sac-like structure called zoosporangium by a gelatinization process. The zoospores are identical to the parent cell in structure but smaller in size. So same as like a penicillium. Okay, so it resembles as the parent, but only thing is it will be like small in structure. Okay, so that will be the connection between the parent and the new formed individuals. So this is the diagrammatic representation of Chlamydomonas and Penicillium notatum. Kindly make a note of this diagram. Student, this is the last type of asexual reproduction, that is vegetative propagation. So it is a mode of reproduction in which new plants are formed from vegetative parts. Okay, so here the vegetative part includes the root, stem, etc. It is common in higher angiosperm. Angiosperm is nothing but the flowering plants. Okay, so the flowering plants are called angiosperm and non-flowering plants are called cryptogams. So the plant which bears a plant flower is called angiosperm. Example: bulb, onion, garlic; runner, oxalis; hives, potato; leaf buds, bryophyllum. So these are the things which will be exhibited as the new individual. For example, if you take the example of bryophyllum, see in the leaf, okay, so there will be the outlet of the new leaves which will be growing on the major leaf. So that major leaf will be called as a parent. So the parent, there will be like outgrowth of small leaves. So that we will call it as a leaf bud. So later on what happened, that leaf buds will be detached and enter into the soil and it will be growing as a new bryophyllum. Okay, so this way the vegetative propagation will be taken place in has asexual type of reproduction. Students, in this session we discussed about fragmentation, spore formation and vegetative propagation. So these all about asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction types we studied, what are they? Budding, fission, spore formation, fragmentation, regeneration and vegetative propagation. Even I were shown in the diagram also. Just go through it. So next class we will be studying the event in sexual reproduction. Thank you.